Whoa. Was that you? Yes, I recognize the underwear. So, how do the ladies get hired? I mean, what's the salary there, generally?
There's no salary. There's a house fee that is paid for services rendered. You also have a tip out to your DJ.
Wait, are you saying that you pay the house?
Absolutely. You're not paid anything. You pay to work there. And it
You pay them?
Yes, we pay them.
Well, it would seem to me that would generate some incredible competition between the ladies.
No, because we're independent contractors, and so therefore, we're allowed to come and go as we please. So this is why we have that set up as it is.
So, Ralph, let me get this straight. The ladies pay you, I mean, not Ralph, Craig. The ladies pay you to work there?
The ladies pay the club to work there, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Well,
Is that like being a pimp? What is that?
No, because they come into a business that they're all independent contractors. We have a lot of overhead to operate the facility. It's a 15,000.
You don't wear one of those big hats with a big feather in it.
No, it's not. Listen, my mother works in the club.
Your mother works in the
She's
club?
right here. She's the house mom.
That's not your mother.
Yes.
That's one of our services.
Your mother looks like a sister. Get across the end of the line.
There's hairdressers and makeup
Mom, do you
artists.
wear that black nightie and the... No.
No, she's too busy taking care of us. I mean, we have a house mother, and mother takes care of us if we're sick, if we have any
What
problems.
happens if one girl, let's say, one young lady is a little more aggressive and she lets a man touch her in a certain way or
She
not?
will be reprimanded. She will be taken to the office by a management staff person and be reprimanded.
You could tell me, honestly, what happens in that back room. Just between us.
You mean if she goes to the office and she's done something wrong?
No, I mean the
Then
other
she's
back room.
terminated. In the back room? Nothing.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of this business? Any of you ladies want to comment? What do you think about this business?
Nothing. They're all beautiful. And that's what they want to do. Is up to them. Let them live their life.
Okay. And what do you think?
I don't really believe much of this saying up there.
Well, that's a good point. You think that they are kind of glorified prostitutes?
I'd say so, yes.
Very lucrative. And what about you?
How would you feel if your children or your daughters grew up to do the same thing?
Okay, Paulina, now put yourself in your dad's place.
My mother did this when she was older.
Is that right?
She did it on Broadway.
Paulina, you have a daughter now. I'm just giving you a daughter. What would you say if she became a big...
I would let her make her own decision as to what she wanted to do with...
Could you stand up? I don't think we've seen your dress. That's a kind of a... Wow. Is there anything under that?
No.
What are you looking at? Come on, man. What do you think?
I'm a round guy with reasonably lots of money. Would any of you go out with me?
Interesting. Christina, what do you think?
You look like a very nice guy. I'd go out with you.
Oh, Ashley, what do you think? You want to ask him anything about himself?
Just come in and see me at the club.
How much would you be willing to spend for a date with Ashley?
Better yet, come in and see me. Hang out with me, and you'll have the time.
They can't get
of
past
your
the
life.
waiters and the lobster, Ralph. How much would you be willing to pay for a date?
$1,000.
You'd pay $1,000?
Sure.
Let me see the color of your money. Sure. 20 bucks. Get out of here. Do you think they're hookers?
Not hookers, but I'm glad my daughter had a good education and doesn't have to depend on that.
Okay, I'm being a trophy woman. So, what do you think?
I have a question for the ladies. Don't you, more or less, when you go into a store, and from just looking at the little excerpt on the TV show right there, you went to the store and he's sitting in the chair. You're more or less being like a little Barbie doll while he's dressing you.
Wouldn't you? If someone were buying you all those clothes?
But you should have a sense of independence of your own to get your own money, do your own stuff, go out there and do it for yourself, rather than have someone sit there and spend all their money that they've earned for themselves and make something out of yourself.
Paulina, let me hear Paulina.
Pardon me?
What do you think?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what
Barbie doll. He told you a Barbie doll.
I think it's great. I mean, if a man wants to spend money on a beautiful girl or whoever, that's his prerogative. I mean, we don't ask them to do anything. We don't
sit there and ask them to give us money or to pay us for our time. They offer it, and we take it.
It's obviously these ladies are not having a sexual relationship
Okay,
with these
can I
gentlemen.
say something?
How do you know
Geraldo?
Well, because I've worked in this type of
Wait, where? How?
just say I've been to scores. I've seen this situation. But these gentlemen want to have fun. If they want to have sex, and then
Did you try and get a job there?
that's, no, I know a couple of the girls that.
Oh, you do?
It doesn't mean that they're having sex.
Where were you last night around 10? No, so sorry.
Cleaning house, actually. They have educations, but if you can, you do. If these ladies have what it takes to be able to do that, then let them. These ladies don't have to have sex. These gentlemen enjoy the company. That's it. They obviously have an education, or they wouldn't want to be with them.
Christina
Wait,
has a
I wanna-
4-year
here,
degree.
stand up. Let me
and
get
she
a
does
gentleman's point of view here. What do you think?
This lady in the peach dress,
thank you.
I think she says she has a college education.
Do you, Christina?
Yes, I have a college education.
What'd you major in?
I majored in flute performance. I play the flute, and I minored in psychology.
You ever play the flute at scores?
I play the flute every day. I teach the flute. She does play the flute.
Yeah, I say you wasted your money on your education if you're going to be
I'm sorry,
an
Geraldo, but
escort.
these people here are making fun of something that I've gone to school with for years. Gone to school for.
What happened behind me?
It was a dirty joke. I don't know what it was. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in a second. Trophy with them. And their sugar daddy.
Met today to discuss its options. Good evening, I'm Mark Leland with a look at some of the stories we'll have for you tonight at 6 on Action News. The jury is deliberating in the David Beers evidence tampering trial. We'll have the latest coming up at 6. The Brim County Coalition Against Hate met today to discuss problems in the community and some possible solutions. And 32 workers of the Johnson City Martin Marietta plant were laid off today, victims of downsizing. These stories and much more in just a few minutes at 6.
Own the Mazda car or truck of your dreams now with special incentives and discounts at Corey's.
What you find there, you won't find anywhere else. Dove & Company. Grand opening this Friday through Sunday.
Now that you've received your September issue of Spotlight 12, don't pass up your chance to win 4 tickets to a New York Giants game. Send in your entry form today. The deadline to enter is September 30th.
Here are all the cars you can buy with available anti-lock brakes. Here are all the cars you can buy with anti-lock brakes standard. And here are all the cars you can buy with standard anti-lock brakes for about $9,000. That's all, which is why Chevy Cavalier is breaking sales records, not the bank. The 1994 Chevy Cavalier, the best new car value on the market. In stock now at your local Chevrolet Geo dealer.
You know Bob Buchanan. Now meet Joe Menini. They're the weather guys. When the forecast calls for sunny skies, expect clear skies, beautiful conditions, or if it looks like a storm front is approaching.
Right now there are watches for heavy thunderstorms, maybe even a tornado watch.
Turn to the weather guys when you want the current temperatures. High today in Binghamton, 78 degrees, or the extended forecast.
And then the clouds continue tomorrow.
Turn to the weather guys, Joe Menini and Bob Buchanan, only on Action News. Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, weekdays at 9 a.m. on TV 12.
Ooh, Pretty Woman. That last Pretty Woman was Paulina. Tell us about your trip to California.
My trip or my living there for 6 months? I lived there for 6 months
with
a gentleman that I met in Atlanta, Georgia at a club. He was a very wealthy man, and I came to like him very much.
How old was
he? He was 37, I believe.
A young man.
Kind of young, yeah. And he moved me there, bought me a car, and moved me into a nice
What kind of car? I
four-bedroom.
gotta see how...
A Corvette.
A Corvette, uh-huh.
Moved me into a penthouse.
Did you leave him for a guy who got you a Mercedes? Or?
No, I was just in the middle of a divorce. I had been married, and met him.
Does this beat marriage?
Well, yeah, the man I was married to, yes.
Was he a bad man?
I guess you could say that.
Did he hurt you?
Yeah.
Really?
It was a physical abuse type of thing. Yeah.
And what happened with the fellow who brought you to California and bought the Corvette?
I liked him a lot, and he just he was a very busy man, and I didn't have much time to spend with me, and I was unhappy. I didn't have a lot of friends out there.
Did he have other women also?
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure.
Did that hurt you? In a different way?
Well, it was like, you know, he gave me money every day and sent a limo to pick me up, take me shopping, and sort of tried to, I guess, buy my time.
All the time. A lot of men can't. They have to work a lot. A lot of these men work 16, 17-hour days. I mean, you have to work a lot to make a lot of money. I mean, you have to work hard. And they do, and they don't have a whole lot of free time.
So, Ashley, you think they give you money kind of to compensate for the lack of...
Exactly, because they don't have enough time.
And so that's okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Especially if you don't like them a whole lot.
No, I've never been out with someone I didn't like.
Never, ever?
Never.
God, you're a very lucky woman. Ralph, what do you think other bachelors would say about your lifestyle?
All my friends. They can't wait for me to come down the block. I mean,
Describe that scene. What kind of car are you driving?
White Rolls-Royce convertible.
How many beautiful women, how many pretty women do you have in it?
Sometimes it's loaded. See, what happens is you meet a lot of these girls, and I go to a lot of clubs with them after on their nights off and all, and they come in from other states, and they have 2 or 3 girlfriends, so I'm entertaining a couple of girls. And sometimes I have a very relaxed house, pool tables and jacuzzis and things, and they feel very comfortable. A lot of them stay in hotels.
Sounds like the Playboy Mansion.
Mini, on a smaller scale, and
I hope it's a pretty big jacuzzi, though.
Oh, yeah.
You take up half of it.
Half a dozen people can sit in.
Charles, what about bringing them home to mother? Would you ever do that?
Number one, I use scores as my office in a sense. I go there to entertain my
Do
clients.
you deduct it?
But sure, majority of it I do deduct. Whatever my accountants take care of that. When I go to scores, me and her don't date outside the club. Like the time she went shopping, I sent my driver with cash. Okay, I bring my clients to the club, and what I do is, to me, it's like we have a good time at the club.
So what exactly are you buying, though?
I have 2 personal girlfriends that I date to go out to weddings.
Okay, but wait, Charles. You refer to Misty there.
Okay.
You sent the driver with the money. Why?
Right. Why?
What did Misty do to deserve all that?
She's a good friend. She sits there and talks to me. We talk about her problems.
So because she talks to you?
Some of my business problems.
If I were to talk to you, would you give me money to go shopping?
Sure.
Generous man.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm very generous to my friends.
Charles, tell me your problems. What
Well, I lost about $2 million on Wall Street last week. Want to take care of it? No, but Geraldo, seriously speaking, to me, scores is not. I don't go there to pick up girls. I have my girlfriends that I date.
He doesn't go to pick up girls. He goes there to find out the score of the Yankee game.
I go there to entertain my clients.
But would you bring Misty home to meet Mom?
Sure, she's a beautiful girl. She's a nice girl.
Have you ever done it? Ever bring any of the ladies back?
To my home, no.
Larry?
And one of the gals to a family wedding.
Really?
And it was the most relaxing day I ever had. My dad loves Playboy and Penthouse and saw a pretty girl, and I didn't have to dance at all. He did all the dancing for me. It was wonderful.
Your mother must have loved that.
You know, I happen to be in the catering business. I own 3 cater halls. And I took a young lady very similar to Pauline to an affair at my place. And I got there just like during the main course. Well, I'll tell you something. To me, I don't know about you guys, but the most beautiful thing in the world is a woman, in my eyes, and a beautiful woman. When I walked into this reception during the dinner, and we walked across the dance floor to greet the bride and groom, the whole place stopped eating. Because the girl I was with was tall, beautiful, she walked beautiful. She had an electric blue dress where you could actually see almost what she ate. And the bride, after she was so beautiful, after we spoke to the bride and groom, we walked to our table, the bride punched the groom, the maid of honor, nobody was allowed to look at this girl. It just totally...
Which, are you ladies, are any of you outraged by this? Who's outraged? What do you mean? What?
Obviously, I think these people are all looking for something. I hope they find it. I hope they don't hurt anybody. I hope they don't hurt themselves. But if any one of the gentlemen is married, I hope their wives are as liberal and as in 90s as they are, and I hope they get them for everything they have.
I'm going to ask Craig how much he charges for that back room in 2 minutes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
For free tickets to the Geraldo show, write Geraldo Tickets, 524 West 57th Street, New York, New York, 10019. Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope or call 212-265-1283.
If you suffer from an inflamed, itchy rash caused by eczema, psoriasis, or other skin irritations, you can get the relief medication formerly available only by doctor's prescription. It's the medicine in maximum strength cortisone 10. Look, cortisone 10 applied to this itchy rash gets under the itch for soothing relief and help in healing. See? The rash is gone. To relieve itchy rashes and skin irritations, use maximum strength cortisone 10 with the medicine doctors recommend most. Available without prescription.
These are first graders reading on a fifth grade level. We could have never done this without Hooked on Phonics.
Kipling decided to wait until late the next night when there would be fewer trains. There once was a little...
6 were easily reading fifth grade level by the end of the 9-month school year. Even the very slowest child in the class graduated reading third grade. Hooked on Phonics. It works.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
Speak Up America, we want to hear your comments and show ideas. Give us a call at 1-900-SPEAK-UP. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll record your message to play in a future broadcast. We may even call you to be a guest on a show. So call 1-900-SPEAK-UP. Don't forget, the call costs $1. We'll be right back.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were an infant, offers you a way to help with that protection through their Grow Up Plan for Children. It's a $5,000 cash value insurance program that costs less than 11 cents a day. At age 21, that protection doubles to $10,000 with absolutely no increase in premiums. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan is a fund that grows with your children and will provide that extra cash when they need it. In addition to automatically doubling at age 21, the plan also guarantees the right to $50,000 of insurance by age 28, regardless of health or occupation. So call now for your free information package. Any child under 13 years of age is eligible. No medical examination is necessary. Simply answer a few questions. As a special feature, your first month's premium is $1. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan, an investment in your child's future to show that you care. Call now.
Call 1-800-543-9200. The information package is free. There is no obligation. That number is 1-800-543-9200.
Michael Crawford brings you the power and passion of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Set your spirits soaring with one of the greatest voices of our time.
The dawn was breaking, the world was waiting.
13 of Andrew Lloyd Webber's most memorable songs.
It's so easy to leave me and say you'll share with me one love, one life.
Michael Crawford and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Power of the music of the
Feel the power.
Mike, my stage manager, you know, is not a guy who's lucky in love. I was backstage with Mike. What did you say about Ralph?
I'm going to move to the United States of Ralph tomorrow.
Let me ask Craig, what do you get for that back room? How much do you guys pay you for the back room?
We rent it out to different corporations, like for the Monday Night Football games. It goes anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000.
All right, what do they get for $10,000?
They get maitre d' service, a buffet, phone lines, fax lines.
Get past the fax.
Is that the thing? Why don't you come there for dinner with your wife?
With my wife.
I'm married, and we'll see. Bring
I was
her
going to say,
by.
you ever see that movie Burning Bed?
I would like to know how these gentlemen made their millions.
Oh, good question. Ralph said he was in the catering business. Larry, what about you?
I'm in real estate.
Real estate's been bad lately, though.
Well, I started out in 900 lines.
900 sex linesmen? Or is that nine? That's 976.
Well, they're sex lines, but not all of them sex lines.
What's the best gift you ever gave a woman?
I had given one of the gals a 1977 black Mercedes convertible with 12,000 miles on it.
Really? What's that worth?
33,000.
What'd you get back in return?
Nothing. Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Yeah, that's what we all think. Ashley, Paulina had that great trip to California. You ever have one of those?
Yes, actually, I had one for the same period of time for 6 months.
A 6-month trip.
Yeah, I stayed at a suite at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas.
A suite at the Mirage costs what? $1,500?
I don't know how much those suites cost, but they have their own private swimming pools and everything. I mean, it was incredible.
That's a lot more than $1,500 a night. That's
It
more
was
like $5,000
incredible. It was incredible.
Who was the person? I mean, not the name.
guy that I lived with for a couple of years.
What, describe him. Was he like an Arab sheik or something?
Well, he was from Arizona. He had made, I guess, his money from the stock market.
Does it really matter where they made their money?
No, I don't think so. I mean, unless they made it in something really disgusting like child pornography. I mean,
Well, if they didn't, well, as long as you didn't know, right?
I didn't know.
You don't ask, right?
I ask. I mean, I want to know.
The guy at the
everything.
Mirage, did he pay everything in cash?
No. I think he paid credit cards.
Is the Penthouse ex-Playmate of the Year here? Oh, stand up. Let's. Oh, hi. How are you? We said hello before. And what's your name?
My name's Ginger.
And now you're a topless dancer or whatever you call them?
Well, I work with Scores and Capacity if they bring me in to do a feature entertainer, which is just a week booking to sort of bring a new face into the environment. I mean, they have so many pretty ladies, they don't need it, but they sort of bring a new face into the environment. And, you know, I do want to sort of conclude this in one thing, is that these girls, they do receive nice gifts and that. But after you've been in the business, maybe for 10 years or so, you take a lot of those nice gifts and you turn them into cash, and you turn around and you take them shopping.
Now, Christina, you're a big money manager, right? You take care of your...
Save every penny.
And what form does your savings take? And what do you have?
Oh, it takes all sorts of...
Like what?
You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
So you have CDs and...
Oh, yeah, I've got stock certificates. Okay. If she didn't have someone else buying her underwear, she would have holes in her underwear.
Okay. On that note, we'll take a break. Huh?
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Leland. Just ahead on Action News at 6, the jury is deliberating in the David Beers evidence tampering trial. Beers is charged with tampering with police evidence and then lying about it. Stay with us for all the news coming along next.
Now, Barney, that lovable purple dinosaur, is available on home video. It's a collection your preschooler will love, offered only from Time Life Video.
Because that's a rule that stays the same.
Call this toll-free number now so your children can have their first Barney video, Caring Means Sharing, for $9.99. Then every other month or so, your child will receive other fun Barney videos, like Playing It Safe and Be a Friend. And if you order with your credit card, you'll receive a free Barney in concert audio tape featuring your child's favorite Barney songs.
I love you, you love me.
I love you, Barney.
Here's how to order. To receive the Barney and Friends Caring Means Sharing video for $9.99, call this toll-free number, use your credit card, and receive a free Barney audio cassette. Call right now.
From your head down. The loving warmth of cotton diapers from Diety Cotton Diaper Service. 100% natural.
The next coach. You don't think predicting that we'd lose 40-43 wouldn't be negative?
I thought we'd lose 40-40 nothing. I just threw in the 3 to be positive.
All bets are off.
It's gambling. It was gambling for meat.
When Luther's winnings,
Hayden fired me.
make him a loser.
Why would I fire him when it's just so much easier to run him over with a car?
The stakes are high.
Let me break his nose or cut out his liver, because this is going to kill him.
On the next coach.
Monday at 7:30 p.m. on TV 12.
Conklin, located steps from New York City's theater and shopping districts, now offering exciting getaway leisure packages. The Algonquin Hotel. Promotional fees have been provided by...
Chonel Flash Finish dries nails in less than a minute. Adds luster as it hardens nail enamel to reduce chipping and cracking. It's about time. Flash finish from Jonelle.
Flintstones, complete with a great taste kids love and the vitamins they need to grow strong and healthy.
Almost out of time. The last question is for Misty.
Okay. I'd like to know what kind of doctor you're going to go and,
What kind of doctor are you going to be, Misty?
I want to major in radiology, majoring in ultrasound.
Really? Wow. Wow. You wanted to say something?
Yes, I do. I wanted to say something to the people out there.
Hurry, honey.
She's got a 4-year degree, and she can't make as much money working 40 hours a week. She can work a few hours a week, a couple days a week, whatever, and makes more. Wouldn't you do it?
Wouldn't you do it?
It's not prostitution, it's dancing. Would you do it? You're telling me.
I think the show's over, but thanks for watching. Thank all our guests. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.
Bob Warner knows if people aren't working, government isn't working.
The most important thing is jobs right now. We need to create jobs. We need to keep jobs here that are here. We have to get people back to work. That's the most important thing.
Bob Warner has a plan to put people back to work.
Cap the state spending so that they aren't putting businesses out of business here in New York State or letting them move. We have to keep those people here.
And provide relief to tax-strapped families.
We have to give families a tax break so that they can improve their family life and the quality of life in Broome County.
New York's high taxes are driving our jobs away.
The state must honor its promise to cut state income taxes.
To aid struggling businesses to keep the jobs we have.
It takes somebody that listens to the people, somebody that pays attention to the businesses, the constituency out there, the taxpayer. And that's what it takes to be a good assemblyman. When they say enough's enough, that is enough.
Bob Warner, changing the way government does business so Broome County can work again.
It's a brand new day. It took a lot to reach the top, and now we're here to stay.
Weekdays at 4 p.m. on TV 12.
Coming up next, the Action News team.
From Susquehanna Country's largest and most highly acclaimed broadcast news organization, this is Action News. And now, for TV 12's Action News, here are Bob Buchanan, Chris Matthews, and Mark Leland.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight on Action News, investigators try to figure out how a former Vestal man escaped from prison. Martin Marietta lays off 32 more workers, this time at its Johnson City plant. And an early morning robbery in Binghamton leaves the victim tied up and cut in the throat. But the big story on Action News, a jury deliberates. The jury in the David Beers evidence tampering trial is sorting through the facts, and yet at this hour, still no verdict. Greg Catlin joins us live from the newsroom now with today's latest developments. Greg?
Mark, the jury's been deliberating for about the last hour and a half, since just past 4:30. Now, before the jury went behind closed doors, attorneys on both sides presented their closing arguments.
Indeed, the grand jury testimony of
43-year-old David Beers of Endwell is facing charges of evidence tampering, perjury, and more. After 4.5 days of testimony, the suspended state police investigator now waits for the jury's verdict. His attorney, William Palella, addressed the jury first.
And I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, that when you review the testimony of each and every witness in this trial, that you can only conclude that this case produced by the prosecutor in this trial was riddled with reasonable doubt.
Palella went on to say that there is a difference in making a mistake and committing a crime. Beers is accused in connection with a 1991 robbery investigation at the Best Western Hotel in Johnson City. He allegedly took pieces of a bumper sticker from a suspect's car and claimed they came from the crime scene. Special Prosecutor Nelson Roth told the jury to focus on the evidence in the trial.
On the physical evidence, on the testimony of witnesses, I want you to use your common sense. Don't be fooled by theatrics. Don't be fooled by some of the antics you may have seen in the courtroom, both opposing counsel and my own. Use your good common sense and your life's experience when you go into the jury room.
Roth says the prosecution has proved the case and asked the jury to convict David Beers. Now, here's where the trial stands right now. The jury will deliberate up until 6:30. At that time, if no verdict is reached, then the jury will be sequestered for the night. They'll be put up at the Holiday Inn in downtown Binghamton. Mark?
Greg, you mentioned they're going to deliberate only till 6:30. Isn't it a little unusual to stop so early in the evening?
Yes, it is. A jury will usually deliberate well into the evening, but in this case, there has been a death in the family of one of the jurors listening to this case. So Judge Betty Friedlander is cutting off deliberations for the night so that juror can attend to family matters, and the jury will probably resume deliberations on Tuesday afternoon.
Is there any concern about letting that one juror out while the others are sequestered for the evening?
Yeah, there's always a concern when the jury is sequestered what the jurors will be doing for the night. Now, in the case of this one particular juror, when they tend to family matters, a sheriff's deputy will accompany this juror everywhere they go, no matter what. They have to keep an eye on the jurors while they're sequestered. So, again, that one juror will be followed everywhere by a sheriff's deputy. Mark?
All right, thank you very much. Greg Catlin reporting live from the newsroom tonight. An eyewitness to a murder in Elmira took the stand today in the trial of Edward Givens. Givens is charged with second-degree murder in connection with the shooting death of Anthony Shazer. In opening arguments, the defense conceded that Givens shot and killed Shazer and wounded Shazer's girlfriend, Renee McGarry. Mark Blanford stood 6 feet away during the shooting. He testified that the defendant and the victim had confronted each other at a party prior to the shooting. Blanford told the court he had consumed 30 drinks that night and that everyone else at the party was drunk too. The case continues tomorrow in Chemung County Court. About 12 hours after his escape, former Vestal resident Roy Rowe Jr. showed up at the back door of the state prison where he escaped earlier in the day on Saturday. Prison officials at the Buffalo Correctional Facility are only speculating how Rowe escaped from the minimum security prison. He was discovered missing during a 7 a.m. bed check. Rowe was serving time for killing his stepfather 2 years ago. The Erie County District Attorney is reviewing the escape charge filed against Rowe. He was scheduled to come up for parole next year, but the escape charge carries with it a 7-year prison sentence. Rowe is now being held in a maximum security prison in Alden. Binghamton police are sorting through the facts of a bizarre attack this morning on the city's south side. Debbie Rodman reports the victim knew his attackers.
It was still dark when some school chums beat up one of their own. Police say a threesome tied up a 16-year-old boy and sliced his throat. It happened inside the boy's South Side home on Clarence Street. His parents are out of the country. Officials say the Binghamton High School senior was home alone when the teenage attackers arrived on the doorstep.
The victim was assaulted at that point, punched, and was cut on the neck with some type of sharp instrument.
Police say the victim let the culprits in. They rang the doorbell about 2 o'clock this morning, and the victim knew the people outside from high school. Police say the culprits wanted revenge. It was all part of a prior teenage fallout. Investigators were back here mid-morning to gather up more evidence. The 3 teens got away from the scene. Police think they stole at least one family weapon.
Possibly a firearm may have been taken. Possibly a shotgun.
Several residents in the area heard the overnight ruckus, a car skidding down the road with no lights on. Neighbors are too frightened to let us show them on camera.
Oh, it's time to go back to Mama's house. Yeah, so, does it scare you? A little bit. My drapes aren't open.
The teenage boy had his wounds stitched at the hospital. He's okay, staying with relatives. As for the teen suspects, they face adult charges, robbery and assault. This spiteful retaliation may lead the boys straight to jail. Debbie Rodman, Action News, Binghamton.
Violence in our schools has Pennsylvania Attorney General Ernie Priate keeping busy. Priate, along with State Representative T.J. Rooney, announced plans to cut down on such violence by banning handgun possession by people under 18 years of age. Other proposals include programs to steer young offenders away from crime, as well as speeding up court processing for minors. Rooney's plan would hold adult gun owners accountable if minors are caught with their guns when steps had not been taken to limit access to the weapons. The Coalition Against Hate is fighting intolerance with education and information. The group formed in March after racist hate flyers were distributed throughout the county. Community leaders are working on a plan of action to deal with bigotry. They say awareness is the first step.
We who reside here in Broome County need to remind ourselves and demonstrate to others that this area is not and will not be fertile ground for ways of living and treating people that are based on prejudice and bias.
The group is recommending that communities set up a system of response to deal with hate crimes. The week of October 18th has been proclaimed Week of Understanding. The group plans several activities to promote tolerance and diversity. And coming up next on Action News, pink slips hit Martin Marietta, while Southern Tier residents find prevention is the best medicine in this week's Med Break.
Guess where we're going?
I've got to shop Grand Union. Everything's so fresh. They've got such variety. Grand Union. Those red hot specials. Grand Union. It's where I want to be.
Fresh ground beef, 99 cents a pound. Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies, $1.69 with coupon. Brawny paper towels, 59 cents a roll. And Hood orange juice, 99 cents with coupon.
There's a lot to love at Grand Union. She likes milk and it shows. She's got great muscle tone. She likes milk and it shows. Strong, healthy bones. She likes milk and it shows. Baby, soft skin, bright eyes, a healthy grin. He likes milk and it shows.
Milk does a body good with vitamin A to help keep skin smooth, calcium for strong bones, and protein to help build muscle. When you drink milk, it shows.
She likes milk and it shows. It does a body good.
The clearance time sell down is almost over. Thousands of satisfied Toyota buyers have saved millions. And with $3,500 in factory-to-dealer incentive savings on the big new T100 alone, it's no wonder. Plus, during the clearance time sell down, you can lease a rugged and reliable Toyota truck for just $139 a month. That's $139 a month for the good stuff. The truck ranked best compact pickup in initial quality. So hurry to your Toyota dealer now before your clearance time sell down truck deal is gone.
AC Moore, with over 40,000 items in stock, her name says it all. AC Moore has more quality silk flowers, more picture frames, more fashion art, and more room to choose from. For all your creative projects, AC Moore has it all, including more value. 14-inch vine wreaths ready for decorating are only $1.44 each. All fabric transfers are 33% off, and our entire selection of silk-like flowers and bushes are also 33% off our everyday low prices. AC Moore in the Town Square Mall, Vestal. Med Break is brought to you by Lord's Hospital, where healthcare with heart is healthcare with vision.
The August death of an 11-year-old Sullivan County girl brought to light once again how serious a case of rabies can turn out to be. In this week's Med Break, Veronica McQuillan takes a look at some very important steps to take to keep you, your family, and your pets safe.
Summer weather may be on the way out, but just because you're spending less time outdoors, you and your pets should still be on the lookout for rabies. Over 1,600 rabid animals have been found in New York State this year alone. It's especially bad to the east of the Southern Tier, but rabid animals are here too. This raccoon was wandering by the riverbanks in downtown Binghamton just 2 years ago. It exhibits classic rabies symptoms, aggressive behavior, stiffness, but looks don't tell the whole story. Robert Denz is with the Broome County Health Department.
We have sent in over the years, maybe 70 raccoons a year. Only one half test positive. So you can't really tell for sure just based on how the animal is acting, whether it has rabies or not. Certainly if it's acting strangely, that is a stronger indicator, but be very conservative, stay away from all of them.
You need to take precautions with your pets, too.
Most important thing is to have your pets vaccinated, especially cats. They seem to be more adventurous. They're the pet that gets involved with the bat almost exclusively. They're out hunting and come back injured. And dogs especially will attack a raccoon, and they seem to hang around home a little bit more, and people often see that exposure occurring.
If your pet has been bitten or scratched by a wild animal, be careful. Rabies can also be spread through contact with the saliva of an infected animal. And if you think you or your children have been exposed, call your local health department immediately. Rabies shots aren't as painful as they used to be, but your best bet is still prevention. This is Veronica McQuillan reporting.
Layoffs hit Martin Marietta once again, this time at the Johnson City plant. 32 employees have pink slips tonight. Company spokesman Jim Villela says additional job cuts are expected at the plant before the end of 1993. Villela attributes lack of work on military projects as the reason for the layoffs. It was the wildest finish to any BC Open in history. Chris Matthews will jump back onto the 18th green with Blaine McAllister. Sports is next.
At Lourdes Center for Family Health, you can count on compassionate healthcare services, including maternity, gynecology, pediatrics, and adult health. Your whole family can receive high-quality, affordable health care in a centrally located, caring environment. Based on a tradition of family-centered care, we offer medical, social, educational, nutritional, and referral services. Whenever you need quality care with a human touch, Lourdes Center for Family Health, where healthcare with heart is healthcare with vision.
The LPL, Financial News Minute.
What makes investing with an LPL representative different? There are several differences, but one of the most important is objective investment advice. Many firms develop their own investment products. These are known as proprietary products, and if your broker works for a firm that has them, he or she is often obligated to recommend those investments first, which may not be in your best interest. LPL does not develop proprietary products. Therefore, advice from an LPL representative is centered around meeting your investment objectives. What's more, LPL representatives are business owners right in your community. They have made a commitment to your community, your business, and to your long-term success. If you'd like to ensure you're getting objective investment advice, call your LPL representative today.
In the Southern Tier, call Russell or Peyton Hawks, where your best interest is our best interest.
What's so great about Great American? Everything.
Like fresh Country Pride whole chicken, 59 cents. 10-pound bag all-purpose white potatoes, 98 cents with coupon. All varieties of ragu spaghetti sauce, 28-ounce jar, 88 cents with coupon. And Purex liquid laundry detergent, gallon jug, $2.99.
Come see everything that's great about the new Great American. It's worth a look.
This Action News Sports segment is brought to you by Day and Night Food Stores.
And Chris Matthews joins us now with a look back at that BC Open. What a wild finish they had, I guess.
And it was on Thursday that we had your nice big prime rib all set aside with the baked potato.
You're supposed to bring it back to the station.
Did you see it on my desk?
It didn't last long.
Yeah, there you go. In the 1993 BC Open will be talked about for years in golf circles. In its 23-year-old history, there's never been a better. From start to finish, really, nobody ran away from the pack. It was close even down to the final hole on Sunday. Blaine McAllister hits this for the title and $144,000.
And I came here with a good attitude, and I kept a good mind the whole week, and I'm very happy the way I played and proud of myself. I held up.
Second place finish belonged to Dennis Watson, the South African, who's had to battle health problems, is back in form.
I played here. This is my first year I came and played this tournament in 1981, and I finished in the top 10. And I thought back then, man, this is a tight little golf course, and damn, those trees have gotten big, and the fairways have gotten narrower, and the greens are getting tougher, and, you know, this is a test of golf out here.
And so enjoys weather near perfect for the finish, maybe good enough to draw one of the biggest crowds in the past few years. And don't forget to watch tonight our 1993 BC Open show. That'll start at 7 p.m. Bob Steiner and myself will take you from tee box to tee box. Plus, we'll also throw in some fun little stories about the 93 BC Open. Don't forget tonight at 7 o'clock right here on Action 12. Well, following Sunday's NFL week, we'll catch your breath for more tonight. Tonight's Monday night football game has Pittsburgh visiting Atlanta. The 1-2 Steelers hope to keep the Falcons winless. They are 0-3 on this young season, and don't be fooled, Jerry Glanville's job is on the line. The Steelers will run Barry Foster. You know, he's topped 100 yards in 10 of his last 14 ball games. And how about those New York Jets? New York blasted off last night, beating New England quite easily. New York scored the first 5 times they touched the ball, and Boomer was booming. Esiason had a big night, 215 yards, completing his first 13 passes. Next weekend, the Jets will host the Eagles, who, by the way, are 3-0. Baseball free agency has some top talent on the headlines. The Yankees have 4 players who could become free agents. Steve Farr, Deion James, Lee Smith, and how about Witt, the right-handed pitcher? Some big names there. And how about the